So I'm Angela Odom. I'm the CEO and lead strategist for the Better You project. And this is Better You TV. Every Tuesday at noon Eastern Standard Time, we talk through a leadership topic. And today, we are going to focus on the unveiling of my reading list. I'm so excited about it. I'm pretty excited about it. I want to, let you know, first of all, that if you have not, gotten you some gloves, then you might want to do that. I got this thing of 100 in a box. I got a few boxes, right? And when I have to go to things like, I know I'm going to use an ATM, a gazillion people have put the little fingers on them. I put out my gloves for that. Or if I am any place where I'm going to have to touch something that everybody else touched. Rona is not playing with us. Also, I'm going to just share with you these are single use, right? Single use, single use mask. So wear your mask, especially if, like today, I had to wear a mask because I went into the doctor's office, went into a medical facility. And you got to have your mask on, disinfectant, and all that kind of stuff, right? So that's what we're doing. We are prepared to go again. So today I am revealing my reading list. And I've also developed, I just created, like even a few minutes ago, created an Instagram page for Angela M. Odom reading list. That's what it's called. Angela M. Odom reading list on Instagram. So you could follow through, look at those particular books. So now this is what happened, right? I have an everything friend. She just texts me and she says, hey, really, I just need you to forward your reading list to me. I didn't have a reading list, right? I had one, but, I didn't have an updated coronavirus reading list. I didn't have a post in the middle of this global pandemic reading list, right? In my mind, everything has changed. It really has. It has changed. Our mindset, the shift in how we will relate with people overall, right, has changed. So many things. So anyway, so this is what she did. Was she sent me this text, and it says, "Hope you and your family are well. I have a highly motivated cadet that asked me for a leadership reading list that would help her as an Army officer. Now, for you all that don't know, I retired from the Army after serving 27 years, 11 months, and 11 days. Do you have any recommended books?" And so Lori's response, my everything friend's name is Lori. Her response was Bronco Strong by my foxhole buddy, Colonel Odom. More to come shortly, right? And then she sends me this note and says, help, need your list. She didn't say, do you have a list? She just said, hey, work on one. She's like, need your list. Right, and she's I've known her since I think I may have been like 23 or so. Like I've known her a long time, decades. So she's like, need your list, and I was like, I was stumped. Although I read often, I listen to podcasts, I host weekly leadership thing video show, This Better You TV. I published my military memoir. I was still stumped. The experiences that shaped my view of leading teams has been overshadowed by the global pandemic. There's like a wave of uncertainty, and it's some people in powers of position, they're shrinking while others are rising to the occasion, right? And this really is our new normal. Really what happens during disasters are relationship accelerators. I heard that on the Oprah virtual vision tour just a couple of days ago. Disasters are relationship exasperators, which means you really reveal who you are during times of crisis, right? So when we talk about leadership and how you are interacting and engaging with people, things have changed. So there's like a big wave of uncertainty. And so I meditated, I prayed, and I took a deep dive into books I've read or the ones I need to read, the ones that are relevant, that would add value to men and women who are preparing to lead teams through these unprecedented times. And you see a lot of things on the news with people trying to intimidate folks, which is kind of crazy to me. Or people wanting to push their way back to what was normal, what was comfortable. I'm telling you right now, that's gone, right? So we're needing to just rethink this thing. So reading builds confidence. I'm clear on that. Reading builds confidence. So what I did was I created a top 10 reading list for people committed to leading teams confidently. Top 10 reading lists. So my intent, Angela Odom, my intent is for each reader to approach each recommended book, and that's what it is, a recommended book. I just want you to have an open mind. I want you, the reader, to leverage the different perspectives so that they might take you could take like a new or different approach to conflicts and to projects. You're going to take a new and different approach to conflicts and to projects. So the objective for each individual is to experience a shift in your thinking so that you might become more influential, more confident, and you might become a more effective leader, right? So I'm not saying that you are all ate up or messed up or, you're not doing things right. Just saying that we all could be better. And so that's my objective, is that you are an effective leader, that you are more confident, and you're able to influence people, to buy into your vision, to your style. So in my observation, after serving in the greatest army on the planet for 27 years and now serving as a leadership coach, a personal development coach in the civilian sector, is the leader's biggest strength in development need is confidence. And so reading different books, gaining their various perspectives, looking at your role models, actually stepping in and trying something, falling down and getting back up, that's what builds confidence. And that's the greatest need, the leader's biggest strength and development need is confidence. So that's what reading will do. And so I've got my top 10 books I want you to just check out, right? And of course, you can go to my blog, angelaodom.com, and put in reading list. Guess what? This blog post will come up for you. Or I'll put it on LinkedIn also, so you can go there. So the first book is Can't Hurt Me. That's the name of it. Can't Hurt Me. It's Master Your Mind and Defy the Odds. This book is amazing. I mean, written by a guy that's, written by a guy who is mentally tough, he's well-disciplined, and he's the only person in history to have completed training as a Navy SEAL, as an Army Ranger, and as an Air Force Tactical Air Controller. So that means like all of the hardest, physically demanding positions, right? This guy's done all of it like in one lifetime. That's amazing all by itself. So I think it would be good for us to explore this book and on my Instagram channel. But that said, I just created Angela M. Odom reading list over time. We'll look at that, right? So Can't Hurt Me, that's the first one. And as far as being in a numerical order of preference or priority, they're not. They're not in any type of, read me first, but you should really read this one first, right? So you go to the second one, and it is Becoming. Oh, I'm sorry, number one. The first one is written by David Goggins, Googins. It's it's just fantastic to look like over his shoulder reading these words. It's very inspirational also, right? So keep going. His mind is set to succeed, and that's what the fella does. My God. Anyway, so number two, that's book number one. Book number two is Becoming by former First Lady Michelle Obama. It is, I just love, I'll tell you what, I love this book so much that I actually did reading, what do you say? I did book club meetings over this book. I was excited when it was being launched. I loved it. I just couldn't get enough of it. The story is really about expectations that you have for yourself and others have for you, and then how you move through it, and how you, at some point, you just say, you know what, this is who I am. I'm imperfect, and I'm moving forward. And this is, the title really captured what this book is about and what we're all about. We're becoming what God intended us to become. Right? So stop worrying about what everybody else is thinking, all those people trying to tell you what's right and wrong for you. Man, I'm just going to keep it in the road for me. So I love this. So Becoming by former First Lady Michelle Obama. Of course, I have the book and I have read it, I think maybe 6 or 7 times. And then The Body Keeps Score. This is pretty interesting to me. So you need to, or I don't want to preach or blame or all that kind of stuff to you, but it would be great to gain an overall understanding of the trauma most of us experience. And what that would do is give us an opportunity, give us the ability to develop a strategy to move through it and to offer assistance and support to others as they move through it, especially if you're a person who's leading a team and you understand that there is a significant number of people in our nation, in our world, who have been traumatized by something in particular. Maybe raped, they may have been brutalized or beaten, or they might be, may have been in some car wreck, whatever it is, may have gone through some kind of traumatic experience medically. But the whole point is relationships matter, right? And sometimes relationships hurt and sometimes they heal. So this book actually just offers new hope for reclaiming our lives. And so as a leader, as someone in a position of power, you want to get an understanding of the stats, the different types of trauma that a significant number of people experience. And that way, as you are developing your vision and you are helping your team achieve results, then you understand what's going on with them, right? So that Body Keeps Score, and this is by Bessel van der Kolk, K-O-L-K. And Bessel is B as in boy, B-E-S-S-E-L, Van, Victor, V-A-N, Der as in D-E-R, K-O-L-K, and The Body Keeps Score. This is a really interesting read, right? It's not that fun to read, but it is interesting to read. Number 4 is the 30-day productivity plan. Break the 30 bad habits that are sabotaging your time management one day at a time. So this is really good. This author, Damon Zahariades, and that's Zahariades, he just puts out it's like a challenge, like one a day, things that you can do better. Stop checking your email all day long throughout the day, right? So it's really good. So there's short, simple little things that you can do to increase your productivity. And I think when we talk about the leader overall, so you see where we're going, right? We started out with can't hurt me, the whole mindset, right? Pushing through pain, pushing through disappointment, and becoming. We're going with Michelle Obama, former First Lady Michelle Obama, and looking at how we define expectations. And then we're looking at the Body Keeps Score, so you understand trauma and things that are really going on in our country. And then you look at the 30-day productivity plans, like how are you going to get things done, right? Number 5 is the making of a manager. What to do when everyone looks to you. So this is by Julie Zuyo. I'm sorry, I messed that name up. Julie Zuyo, and that's Zhou, right? The making of a manager. So whether you're new to a job, a veteran leader, or you're looking to be promoted, this is a handbook. So you would write, like, it would do you well to get it and go through it, right? Peruse it. And number 6 is Turn the Ship Around, a true story of turning followers into leaders by L. David Marquette, and that's Marquet. This is amazing, right? One of the stories in here, this captain of a ship, captain as in 06, colonel, right? So in Army terms, it would be the same as a colonel. The person in rank just below a general officer. Captain in the Navy is equivalent to colonel in the Army and the Marines and Air Force, right? So turn the ship around. So bottom line was, one of the examples which I really loved was this seasoned leader gave an order. The crew followed it, and oh my goodness, if he would not have checked on it, it would have caused damage to the ship, or even loss or harm to the actual sailors on the ship. And he asked the question, well, why did you follow that order? And they said, because you gave it. Blind leadership, right? So he was like, oh, hold up. So he had to give control to the team as opposed to taking control. A big difference in shifting minds, right? He gave control as opposed to taking control, which is really good. The bottom line is he built a whole bunch of leaders as opposed to a whole bunch of followers. I'll just do what you say, whatever. Okay. Now, hey, sir, let me challenge you on what you're actually asking us to do. So I love this. I love the whole concept of this book, Turn the Ship Around. And then number 6 is Crucial Conversation Tools for Talking When Stakes Are High. This is by 4 different authors: Carrie Patterson, Joseph Grenny, and that's Grenny, Ron Macmillan, and Al Switzer, and that's Switzler. And this is really, really good because we're human, so we're going to have conflict. And so at the heart of almost all chronic problems in our organizations are our teams and our relationships, like crucial conversations. So this book allows us to learn how to hold crucial conversations well, and it could be anything from you learning how to say no, or build boundaries, or you presenting an idea, or you just knowing how to be challenged and knowing how to present yourself, or knowing how to advocate for yourself. And sometimes that's contentious, right? So this right here is a good book to read. And then number 8 is the road to character. Blending psychologies, politics, spirituality, and confessional, the road to character, and this is by David Brooks. This provides an opportunity for us to rethink our priorities and strive to build rich inner lives. So the bottom line is, I think it's good to read this one. And I'm going to tell you that it's not an exciting read, but I think it's a necessary read, right? And then number 9, this book by Chris Hogan. First of all, I'm a Chris Hogan fan. Chris Hogan fan. Of course, he's aligned with Dave Ramsey, the financial guy, right? So Chris Hogan, with his deep baritone voice, he's done this. He's conducted a study of like 10,000 millionaires, and what he found is that wealth has really not a lot to do with the income. It's more about what you do with the money that you make, right? And so you'd be surprised how many people are walking around here that are wealthy that are not blabbing about it or showing you all their things. But it really doesn't matter where you come from. It matters where you're going. And this is how ordinary people build extraordinary wealth and how you can too, which I really like that, right? So that's number 9. And book number 10 is Camouflage Sisters, Leadership Through the Eyes of Senior Military Women Leaders. This is by Lila Holly and 11 other contributing writers, including me, right? Hey, Ken. And so this is Camouflage Sisters, and this is a really good guide for people, men and women, who are leading teams, whether they are small teams or not. Plus, this from a military perspective, because I'm pretty much saying this is how I develop my leadership philosophy, and I'm going to hand this to you. And so that's 12 contributing writers giving it to you. So it's going through my reading list. I'm revealing my reading list, and I'm really excited about this. A bonus, of course, is Bronco Strong, a memoir of the last deployed personnel services battalion by yours truly, Angela M. Odom. And so it is, it just recounts the life of a soldier in an active war zone during Operation Iraqi Freedom. And really these leadership stories, these lessons throughout, they're going to help you know how to deal with your own situation, right? And so that's it. That's what I want you to do. Now, I started this thing out telling you about my everything friend. Hey, Ken. I was telling you about my everything friend saying, hey, I need your reading list. She didn't say, do you have one, or can you get one, or what do you think about this? She expected me to have one. And so everything friend is a term I use. And so, you know, Angie Odom's definition of an everything friend is a person whom you've shared interest in several aspects of your life. So sometimes, most people I know, right, I've got church friends, military friends, right? I've got Army friends. I said that. I got Army friends. I have friends who are writers, authors, published authors. I have friends who are, my sorority sisters. I have friends who are business owners. I have friends who are parents. And so all those different areas of people that I engage with, they're good, we're good, love, hoo, high five. But for my everything friend, we have all those things in common. And we can actually, we just have so many shared experiences. So that's why I refer to her as my everything friend. There you go, right? So I encourage you to take a deep dive into each of the recommended books. So if you're seeking to grow your personal development skills, gain some confidence, right? Influence people, this is for you. So go and check out those books. And again, I told you I just created my Instagram page, Angela M. Odom reading list. I got one post on there, and I'll go ahead and put these books on there, over time. Don't judge me and don't rush me. Right? So I'm just getting this thing started. Again, she just asked me about this just a few days ago. Put the reading list together, and I wanted to reveal it and share it with you. And, the next step after you read the book, you want to make sure that you submit a thoughtful review. And I have guidance on how to do that. And really, you just go to angelaodom.com, right? angelaodom.com, and you put in book review, and it'll come up. So you submit to give you some guidance on how to write a good book review. Also, I do have a book club. And so you can join that. And that is, again, angelaodom.com. You get the theme right. My first and last name.com, angelaodom.com/book club. And you go there and you can join the book club, which none of those, Bronco Strong is in it, but the other books are. It's 6 books that you'll read over a year. Every 45 days, we'll tackle one of the leadership-focused books. And once you start reading, you'll receive a reading assignment along with discussion questions every 7 days. And so that means that, those books that you started and you put down, well, we're actually going to help you, guide you through the whole process over a 12-month period. And of course, we have like a community of people where you can actually focus together on the topic, so you won't be alone. All right, with that said, I am, again, Angela Odom, and I'm the CEO of the Better You Project. I'm on Facebook and on Instagram. I'm so proud of myself. I'm just going to go ahead and give you a high five. Bam, bam, for being able to be on both at the same time. I think that might have been the first and second time I've done that. I also wanted to make sure I go back to here, right? Stop acting crazy. Get your mask. Wear your mask, right? And so again, like I told you, I went and got the girls checked today, and I had to go to a medical facility. Had to wear a mask. So wear the mask. Don't go in there acting a fool with those people. Don't go in there acting a fool to people. Like when I go walking and I'm out in like an open space, I don't need to wear a mask. But if I'm going to be with people, then yeah, wear one. I also got these individual, these disposable gloves, especially when I know I'm going to the ATM, or I actually went to the grocery store, so I put my gloves on, had my mask on, because I'm pushing a cart that somebody else had their hands on. They got a nice guy that wiped it off, but I don't know if that's his good wipe off day or a crazy wipe off day. So I got my gloves, and I got my gloves on and my mask. When I'm gonna be around people, like close to them, then I'm going to be considerate and wear one. Rona is not playing with not one of us, right? So with that said, again, I'm Angela. I'm Angela Odom, and I am rooting for you. I'm excited about this reading list. I'm excited for you to gain more confidence in your leadership skills. And I already know you're like the best leader ever, but guess what? It's time to level up. And with that said, thank you for joining us today. Again, Tuesdays at noon Eastern Time, Better You TV, leadership theme topics. We're doing the case study for the fired Navy captain, Captain Brett Crozar, right? He was commanding the ship, the USS Roosevelt, and was fired. So we're doing a five-part case study. And every second Tuesday at noon, we'll cover that over the next 5 months. We started in May, and so June's coming up here really quickly, and we'll go through part 2. And I'll post the video and all that kind of stuff so you can go back through those. But we're going to walk ourselves through this case study. My Better You TV is only like 20 minutes, so you can possibly get all of that in one sitting. So that's what we're doing. We're going to go through the case study over a 5-part series, right? Case study, 5-part series. In May, we've already knocked out May. We're going to go to June, the second Tuesday. So every Tuesday we're in Better You TV, but the second Tuesday over the next 4 months now, we'll go through this case study. And if you've not already, gone to the Power Hour, AngelaOdom.com/POWERHOUR, Power Hour. So we're meeting June 7th for a virtual Power Hour. That's all that stuff you've been putting off. You're like, I'll get to it. I want to do it. I know you made like a big old list when Rona first kicked off, right? I'm going to get this done, this done, this done, and you still haven't done it. So I've held a space for us to focus on one thing for 1 powerful hour, versus virtual, right? And you actually get that thing done. It's going to be 6 days at 6 a.m. Eastern Time. That's what I said, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to meet on Zoom. So go to AngelaOdom.com/POWERHOUR, and then we will go from there. All right, I'll see you next time. And as always, I'm rooting for you. Take care.